you ever leave. I cheat through the river with you dance. Tearing down the barrel of his gun. Yes, he shot me down. I died and someone brought me back to life, but never to my senses. Bounce on that shit, can dance. Bounce on that shit, can.
I'm sorry. Hello. I'm gonna try to see the background. Y'all like that background? Okay, so the StreamYard got this new AI thing. I wanted to do I'm gonna start back doing black reality TV shows again. I want to start doing it because of the factor is that basically um and I want to watch it and talk about it. So we're gonna start with Real Housewives of Potomac. Hold on, where we at? Okay, I can see it now. Real Housewives of Potomac is about to go to a close. Now Monique came in as a friend. A lot of people was wondering why is Monique back as a friend? Like, what's going on with Monique back as a friend? Because of Stacy and her husband, which we now know is Chris. Chris lost all that weight, sure not. So and goes into it when Giselle talked to Angel and say she had some smoke for Wendy a little bit and she wanted to talk to her. And she said the interactions that they have had is just not the same. And she go and tell Wendy, and she was like, "Ooh, okay, well we got some problems." So Giselle calls Wendy over, and Kay come over for them to have a conversation at Ashley event. And Angel told Wendy that she feels like she does not treat her right. You know, they're mutual friends. To be honest, they're both, I'm going to be honest with y'all, they're both commentators. So you got to understand. Well, Angel is a blogger, media person, and Wendy does the same darn thing. Okay. So you know, she was just like she feel like she's not being treated, great. And they're having a conversation, the ladies are standing there. And Wendy was like, she not the one to have a problem with it because, she don't have a problem with her and it's a one-sided beef. And Angel was like, okay then, well if that's how you feel. And she trying to analyze the situation. So they get into an argument and she calls her Wendy called her cuckoo because of this situation. And then Wendy talked to uh told the people that yesterday that she was upset because Angel was upset because Wendy didn't say hi to her. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm gonna tell you what I see with this hate Wendy. Wendy has been on. Wendy is now getting her what all the other ladies have gotten, including Karen, her veteran card pulled. Her veteran card pulled. Not her newbie card, her veteran card pulled. Wendy has been on the show for the past 3 seasons. Wendy has not left. So this is exactly what it is. So, and she said that they didn't say hi to each other. She felt like she had an issue with her. And Ashley brought up the catfish comment, and she thought that Wendy, trying to say that they thought that Wendy had something, you want to talk to her because of the catfish comment. But Giselle said it. Giselle said that it was a catfish with some of her pictures that, Angel posts because Angel don't look like her. So that's when that started. Now, But she said her and Wendy was like, "So you talking so now you feel some type of way it was Giselle, but you wanna come for me?" And Angel say, "Me and Giselle had this conversation." So now they're throwing their shade. Angel say she's done, and Wendy's standing up. We know with her cute her finger waves, and she was like, "Nobody want her that child." Conscious, and Eddie back there rubbing his head like, "What's going on?" So it's the next day after the party. Giselle, Tia, Angel, and Karen and Ashley talk about Stacy. And Stacy talked to Wendy and Jocelyn about what went down at Giselle event. So it was Giselle event, but then again it was Ashley because Ashley is part of, but so they are having this conversation. So it's just Angel, Tia, Karen, Ashley, and Giselle, and they're having a conversation about Stacy. So a lot of people feel like Stacy is a liar. And, Tia said that, Stacy made this whole web you weave. It's like a tangle web we in right now because she likes to lie. That's exactly what she said. She likes to lie. And Angel said that Stacy got some things to answer to, so then they click over to where Stacey is telling Jocelyn and Wendy that she don't understand for Tia to scream at her when she never got the, opportunity to explain herself to what happened of this situation. Now, what's really crazy to me is even though Wendy and Stacey are friends, that she talked to Monique. We gonna get into it because I was like, wait, what happened? So you know that they decided to act up and turn up. Because if they'll act like Stacey and them arguing, pointing hands and fingers. And, Nate was like, Stacey messed up everything. Stacey said that she think that Kate tried to have moments with her around the group and everything. But we all know why that is. So, they played, this is a message. Honey, they stopped playing that Kay is coming for Stacey. And Wendy say that, she believes that Stacey is Kay's favorite toy in the tournament. That's how it feels. And some people are calling Tia a follower. First of all, I want to say this. I don't think Tia is a follower. I truly believe that Tia has some issues with Stacy as the group. And what I'm starting to realize with people is not everybody is Team Stacy, but when nobody Team Stacy was lying. Okay. Okay. So, Giselle was like, they want her to be honest and to hear her story and, talk about calling the ex-husband and stuff like that and saying that, that Stacy called Chris and Monique doesn't know about it. Monique has no, to their knowledge, doesn't know that Stacy called Chris. I'm trying to figure out what the hell you call Chris for. And they say that Stacy is always smiling in Monique's face. And I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, they said that Stacy got froggy and everything. So, well, Cookie got froggy. I'm sorry. They talk about Cookie, and Cookie got froggy with Stacy, and then that's how. So then they fast forward to Kay and she tell her brother, Brian and her mom about Greg wanted her to move back in here with him after she has her own place. Because she had come into her place, she got fruit, she got wine and stuff. Now we all know that her and Greg, they moved. I mean, they're still together in a way, and they moved out, but they're really not like. How can I put it? You could tell something's going on. So they sitting there talking. He said he wants some water. He don't want no drink, child. She gave her brother a big bottle of water. Her brother fine though. He got a fine brother. So anywho, so he sat down talking to her, and stuff, and she's got to have a conversation. She tell us that she know her and her brother are very, very close. He's her Irish twin. That is her sibling. She love him a lot, a lot. And she's just having a conversation with her brother about it. So as I wait for the mom comes over to her new home. And she's like mom in and she's giving a kiss and hug. Mama look like she got 35, y'all. She don't look a day over whatever her age is. So I mean the mama gets really not the platform. Y'all gotta go watch it. I can't pull it up on here. Y'all know they like striking me. I'm gonna talk to Andy about that. But she sit down and talk to her brother and her mom about how that her man want her to move back home. Y'all know she moved back out of Greg's house. And she tells him that in the mama face is very concerning because she looking like, he wants you to what? Let me show y'all. The mama.
Great. You know
Look
how
at her
much like
face.
moving
Let me play a little bit.
out had hurt me. So as I was sharing my purchase process with him, he was like, you know what, Kay, I want to purchase the condo for you. Which I think,
Really?
yeah.
All right, let me stop sharing. So basically, he wants to purchase it from her in order for her to move back in. And while she's having a conversation, it sounds like the brother said, really, because his mind is, you already made a decision to move back in with Greg. What is the purpose of us talking? Because she moved out. He's been shopping for leggings again. And, you know, he was like, she told him she want a new condo and they were shopping for rings. And she was saying, she do want a new one. And he was like, well, that's the part that he want to take to give her another one. But my thing is, I'm kind of side-eyeing with the mama and with the brother because I'm kind of looking like, girl, you moved out for a reason. He trying to lure you in. That's what it seemed like to me. And the mama shaking her head, no, she don't agree. So she said the condo come before the rain. That's what she asked her. And she said, are you trying to move back in without a rain? Mama cut that off. Mama said, baby, I know you're not getting that condo first without that rain. You get that rain first and that condo. I know that's right, mama. You get that rain first and that condo, girl. And she said she thought that it was a kind gesture from him. Kay said it was a kind gesture for him to do, to give the ring and the condo. She don't know, but the mama said she don't agree because she said she rather for her to get the ring. Miss Michelle said you need her mom said Michelle. She said she rather for her to get the ring. And she said she's not happy with the relationship, and she knows. She said her point is she moved out for a purpose. There was no sense of her going back to do all of that. You moved out for a reason. So why would you double back and not get the ring if that's the case? You moved out for a purpose. Don't take the condo without taking anything else. Heck, if you're not gonna take, then don't take nothing at all. That's what she told her, don't forget that. And she said they've been together for 3 years, and she's not upset with Greg. She just feel like she want, if he gonna do something, commit to the relationship. They've been together for 3 years. Commit to it. And I agree, you know. So, Kay was like, she feel like her mama letting her, that her mother, she feels like her mother is letting Greg get away with things. And I mean, yeah. So then we go to what Wendy talks to, ooh, somebody say Wendy mama morphing into Evelyn Braxton. Let me tell you something. Wendy is from that tribe that I talked about yesterday with the young lady from Nigeria. They're in the same tribe. Wendy mama is a true Nigerian mother, okay? Iagbo, I hope I said it right. And her mother sees Wendy as, yes, you're great to marry a lawyer and he has money too, but you need money also. So she's talking to her mom and she's talking to her sister. And they're having a conversation. usually Ivy come over. They be doing some things to the home, so they have to be careful because they'll be doing the house, reconstructing the house and everything. So she talked to her sister, asked her how she's doing and how everything is going for her. And she went to talk to her sister about her mom before talking to her sister before she talked to me. And she say her dad called her on her birthday. She didn't tell her mom. And when they went to Nigeria, she wanted the whole family. She wanted to see her dad in Nigeria. The whole family was there. They went to the tribe that she's from in the village. And Wendy looked a gorgeous child. Shout out to Wendy, honey. Miss Nigeria, honey. Potomac. And she said she wanted to talk to her mom. She said she really wanted to see her dad and she couldn't see her dad. And he hasn't seen her sister, hasn't seen her in a while, hasn't seen no one in a while. Um, you know, so the whole family was in Nigeria. She said her dad was ill, he couldn't make it to Nigeria, and she felt like he walked her life again because he couldn't make it to Nigeria to the ceremony they had. And she felt like, if he saw her and he saw how great she is now, her achievements, he would want her to he would want to be in her life. So I agree with her sister. She was like, he know you look great. He know you doing great. He know that. So don't ever feel like he don't know. But Wendy wants to, just have that validation. And it's okay because that was her dad. And her sister Ivy said, well, he just learned to, it's not that he don't want her. He just learned to live his life without her in it. And it's okay. It's okay. And Wendy is kind of like, I think Wendy the oldest. And to her, Wendy feels like, she's chasing a father and daughter relationship with her dad. And at the same time, she feeling like I accomplished all these things, not just for myself, but are you proud of me? And it was very touching to see, like, are you proud of me? Are you proud to see who I am? Do you know what I do? Are you happy for that? And her sister was like, girl, you accomplished those things. You don't need his approval. You don't. And I agree, Wendy, you don't. I want to say this. I understand where you come from because I understand how it feels, right? Especially with family. Wendy, you don't have to sit here and, you know, try to get the validation. You did your purpose of what to do. It's okay. You did that for you. Girl, keep doing it. You're doing great. And if he don't see that and that don't make him want to be in it, then hey. Um, so she started to accept that, not to chase it. And she just don't have hope for it. And obviously she thank God for her mom and the experience, and then the mama popped up. Oh, I see why they say she's starting to look like Evelyn. Well, she getting older, y'all. She gotta lose. She Come on now. She wasn't asking her Christian Dior, honey. Mama must be getting checked too. And then she told her mom that she was hurt. She didn't get to see her dad. Her mom is a hoot. She said, well, girl, he just miserable. Wendy Barber, Wendy, Wendy, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I can't. Wendy Mama is a.
Yes. Well, I don't
Hold
know.
on, Missy. Your father could have 200 children if he wants. But you know what? Your father can only have one Wendy.
That's right.
For my mom, I think it's fair to say that there are tensions there. She's very protective of us, and she hates the fact that I opened up myself and he disappointed me yet again.
And I agree. she's gonna feel that way. Everybody know that she's very protective of Wendy. Um, when what's her name was on the show, she defended Wendy a lot. Like she very protective. And she said that he is an odd man out. They're so successful. The girls are doing Wendy and her sister are doing wonderful. And if he miss out, he just miss out. And it's okay. But look at what you built without him in it. And it's okay. It's okay. That's exactly what she's telling him. So she's saying that God has blessed him and everything. And then she said she got him, girl. She said, "You want me to give you the money?" And one is giving me money. So Wendy say, "You are enjoying my money." So Wendy give her mom an allowance every month. And her mama makes sure she don't forget that. Honey, she got a Christian Dior and everything. So Wendy takes her mom to show her that she's redoing the dining room area, the little dining room area they have. Here go Wendy Mama. What the hell is going on here? Wendy Mama is a hoot. New African Mama. Listen, Wendy Mama remind me of this lady I used to work with named Amy. A man said he want to move in my house. She's African. She said he want to move. You not moving into my house. See, when she told me, she said, when I go home, I dress in my African attire. But when I step outside and I'm here in Atlanta, I dress in African Atlanta. Wendy is a hoot. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Milagro brought her daughter. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, what she said is true. So then she's showing her she's redoing the home. And I'll be like, oh wow, she said we doing everything in here. And she added a chandelier that comes with a remote in the dining room area. It's nice. So she's upgrading her home. So then we're gonna pan over to Kay, Monique, and Wendy. So Kay, Wendy, Monique, and Ashley have a conversation about Stacey and Chris. So she sat here and told her about the common oil. She said, y'all go check out Monique oils, okay? They smell good, they nice. She has some calming oils, she has some relaxation oils. Girl, Monique is doing the darn thing. It smells so good. Y'all go check it out. I believe she have a Black Friday sale today. Also, go check out Yanni Bonnie B. She has some hair oil and beard oil for your man, honey, and your hair growth. Who else? I gotta think of other Black people y'all can support during this time of Christmas that have merch. Check it out. Check it out. Support. So Monique is looking cute. Shout out to Monique. Baby, Monique got that black on, honey, that hair up, looking gorgeous as ever. Honey, she got the curls falling, cute with her black. The little girls are out. So she said she wanted to have a discussion with everyone at Giselle's party. And she didn't know what the story was. And she heard Tia say something about the moment that it was done with Chris. And she said this when she was doing the show with Carlos King, which is Love and Marriage DC. She said that she felt like she wasn't being loved properly. He wasn't listening to her, being her listening ear. And even Monique said there were some things that were said in her relationship that caused this, with friends and everything, right? So she sat here and said that, hey, listen, I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel those things. So I had to take my step back to focus on me and what it was that I wanted and what needed. So, that's what she told the girls last week. Stacey was there. She said she was done. And so Kay said it was genuine for her to share that with them at this point. Um, and Stacy said that basically that she called Chris and told Chris that Monique trashed him at that table. And so Monique looking like, what? And so Cam was like, it's crazy. And Ashley was like, she wanted to go to it. Monique kind of looking like, why would she want to call my ex-husband and tell my ex-husband? A lot of people was like, well, they playing with her family again for a storyline. And this was she was saying that not to play with her family and things of that nature. But I want to know if Stacey called Chris. And so Monique said the first thing that's going through her mind is she don't know what the truth is because she knows it's people that sit there twist truths and come and tell her something, right? And she says Stacey could have very well called Chris and said exactly what was said. And he could have responded and said that, oh, you're talking trash about me and put her into it. And then she called Stacey and say Monique could have been a liar. And then she said the whole story could be messed up. And Monique said she don't care less if Stacy called and told him whatever she want to tell him. She's saying, but at least have the decency and the facts and go straight to family because she's saying that co-parenting with Chris is already a nightmare. And for Stacy to add herself into the equation to her is like, girl, like don't do it. And she just added stuff in front of her and saying, so Whitney show up, give her a hug. And I don't think Monique is mad at anyone for telling her. I think Monique is feeling like, you know, right now is just not the time because they're not co-parenting like they were when they were married. It's very different and strange. And they having a conversation to her because first of all, Kay doesn't have a problem with Monique. Ashley left not having a problem with Monique. Wendy mended her issues with Monique. So now that she's back as a friend, I really think Monique gonna have a spot again. I really do believe she'll be back. I feel like they need to go ahead and give her her spot. I feel like they want to do it differently because they saw the game of telephone and how it was played. So Wendy sat next to Monique and they talked because she's more, cool with Monique now. And another thing, let me tell you something. I think that's why Candace and Wendy kind of so it might be true. It might be true. Do I think Candace and Monique can fix it? Absolutely. I would love to see Candace, Monique, Karen, and Wendy together with Giselle. I would. I would. I'm sorry. I would. I'm sorry. I feel like the bigger picture is they bring something to the table and it's very, very great. And I feel like, to me, those will be the girls for our RHOP. Okay? They're going to bring a check. All right? So they talk about the party. And she say, Stacey better than she did. And Wendy says she's very adamant that she didn't call Chris and she wanted to let her speak for herself. And Monique was like, she's open to listen to it. And for her and Stacey to have a conversation, she agreed with Wendy about it. And so they're sitting down over food and having a conversation about it. And they're ordering food. And then they get ready to jump back into it. And Stacey said Sharice was on the phone with Chris and her when there was a conversation. Now y'all know Monique and Sharice are not cool and haven't been cool and nothing has mended. And then Monique was like Sharice, and she called to see if it was valid. And Sharice had asked Chris, did Stacey call yes or no? Now, Sharice and Chris has been hanging out a little bit more. Hey, and they've been hanging out a little bit more. So she asked, was that valid and everything? And Monique is sitting there like, girl, and then it said it was no. He said it wasn't true. He said he don't know nothing about what the F was saying and what the fuck they talking about. That's exactly what Chris said. He said no, and he don't know what the F they talking about. Okay, that's what Chris told Sharice. And Stacey says she's open to really having a conversation, but she don't want to talk to Kiana, and she don't feel safe and comfortable around her to have the conversation with Stacey and Monique. So then Stacey shows up and they have a conversation. Um, and they say somebody said Kate told Cookie told Kristen in. And she said that she wanted to have a conversation with Monique, but she didn't want to have a conversation with Kay. So that was the thing. And Kay was sitting there. And Kay, Stacey would say, she said, I want to have a conversation and sit with you, with Wendy, and with Ashley, but I don't feel safe around Kay because we always, basically what she said is Kay always starts a fight. So they can have a conversation. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think that Stacey is finna blame Cookie. I don't care how you feel about it. You can come up on the next one, Justin, because this one gonna be a little quick. I think I'm gonna do one this evening. You can come up then. But I think that's what it is. Cause think about it. For somebody to say Cookie told Chris, I feel like I feel like Stacey, to me, is gonna blame it on Cookie because they in a bad situation. Let me see. Let me play. I'm playing it and talking to y'all. Okay. I ain't writing nothing down. So Monique said she want to make sure she getting all the information. She don't want nobody to go back and forth because to Monique, this is a detrimental conversation. This is something that need to be had. It need to be nipped in the bud because, like Monique said, I am co-parenting with this man. Nobody else but me. So so Kay was like, you know what, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm gonna go to the bar. And Monique was like, are you really gonna leave? And she was like, yeah, if that's what she wants. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and walk. If that's what Stacey wants, then I'm gonna give her that because y'all need to have this conversation. And I respected that. So Monique said if she had a fax, and she answered she had a fax. And Kay was like, she actually chose to leave because she don't give a crap about Stacey. And she know that Stacey got a lot, and C, she just don't want to do it anyway. And she acting like she a threat and everything, which I mean, so Monique said she wanted to know what happened when she sat at the table about the fight, and she was being vulnerable about her situation with Chris, and she said she didn't think, and Kay over there dabbing her eyes, she cried because she just feels some type of way, like she victim blaming her. Stacey is, and Monique said she didn't know that Stacey was still talking to Chris. She didn't know, so she want to know. And she say she don't associate with people who still associate with her ex-husband because what it does is make tension fly, and I agree. So Stacey said she never dated Chris, and Monique said, "I thought y'all dated." Stacey said, "I never dated Chris," and then she's saying that Ashley is rolling her eyes, so Monique is looking like, "Oh, okay." And there was something that she said she know Chris. He's super cool, but before, and she said no, she never f Chris. And asked if she ever been on a date, and she said they hung out. So yeah, they've been on a date. And Monique said she don't care if they dated him, she married him, whatever is over, she done, she good. But she know Ashley wanna, and but she wanna just go ahead and bark at her. But like Monique said, I ain't like that no more. I ain't finna do all of that on here, which I like the growth on Monique. She like, listen, I ain't doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. So, girl, tell me what's really going on, cause y'all really affecting how me and my ex-husband co-parent with our children, and her kids are about grown, so it is gonna be a little rough. Like, listen, we ain't got that long with these babies. They about grown. The two older ones, okay, but just go ahead, just come on, girl. Tell me. So Stacey's sitting here looking like, oh my God, I want to cry. And, she said people like her can't. keep the lie going. So, she ain't gonna pop up on her for a fight. And she said she just gonna see what happened. So Monique answered, did she call him? And Stacy said, I did not call Chris. And now she's looking like, oh, okay. And now she's seeing him bringing out her phone. And she said when he received the magazine from her daughter, he sent her a message. He said, beautiful. And she didn't answer. It's Ashley. Ashley sitting there like, girl, okay, girl. She said, I didn't answer because I wasn't talking to your husband. I'm going to tell y'all now. This reunion and Monique found out she lied to her face. I'm telling y'all now. Monique is already prepared for the lie that she just told. I'm telling y'all, this reunion, Monique ain't gonna pop off like y'all think, but Monique finna tell her about herself. And Monique gonna let her know, don't lie to her anymore. She's not gonna be the same Monique we saw. She's just gonna let her know what it is. So she said, thank you would be appropriate. So she said, thank you. And said she didn't respond. And then she said that he said, thank you would be appropriate. She didn't respond. And then she said, the text said, hey, hit me up. I feel like she deleted some of them text messages, them DMs, but. And then he said, I've been hearing my name has been coming up in film. And here's my thing, Stacy. If he's hearing the name is coming up in filming, why would he tell you to hit him up? What? Why would he feel comfortable? Because if Chris didn't know his name was coming up in filming and Chris didn't know this, Chris would have came out on any platform and shut it down that he was hearing this and he saw the show. Now he would be like, man, I seen the show. She said this. They ain't even what happened. He would have went live and everybody would have caught that live. So Stacy, this is my question. I don't know what, I'm going to say this. For a man to hit you up, I ain't a fool. I wasn't born that night. And I wasn't born last night. But I can tell you this, girl, if he sat here and said in that thing, oh, hit me up, I hear my name coming up. That means you've been talking to him on the back end. And you making it in Monique's face look like you didn't talk to him on the back end. Stacy, I like you, but to everybody, it's like you another Mia. Mia be lying, Stacy be lying. We got to put you over there because our thing is, if you didn't lie, why you just didn't say, yeah, girl, I talked to him. But then when he heard about it, I ain't say nothing else. Why you just ain't say that? Child, let's see what happened. So Monique get the phone and look. And she's claiming, Stacey's claiming that Chris was talking to her, sending her messages June 1st. She said that's before she met her. And he's been finding out stuff prior to that. And Ashley said everybody know how text messages works, which is, yeah, you can remove. Let me tell you something. She has an iPhone. I'm not crazy. I have the same iPhone. iPhone update is you can unsend a message. You unsend a message. You can delete that text message. He saw the picture and sent it to you. Okay. So Ashley said that she could delete it faster, quicker than her. That's true. And nobody can be any wiser. And she says fraudulent receipts. So Wendy said that she asked did Chris know about conversations that were had. That's Stacy. And she said it's someone else in the group that is going by telling. So a lot of people think I don't think it's Cookie. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me give y'all tea. If y'all watching the replay and y'all think it's Cookie, it's not Cookie. It's Sharice. And I'm gonna tell you why. Sharice and Chris been hanging out. Sharice and Monique are not cool. And it's no shade. It's Sharice. It's Sharice. Sharice had I don't forget who was at Sharice thing recently. And everybody had videos and pictures of Sharice hanging out with Chris. Still cordial with Chris, hanging out and everything. They weren't dating, but she still looked at him as a friend. It was Sharice. Y'all don't think after Sharice was there, he decided to text Stacy and say, oh, I heard my name being brought up. Sharice was there. So that means Cookie didn't lie when she said Stacy and Sharice had a conversation. Sharice and Stacy was on the phone, got back to Sharice, and then it got back to Chris. I'm telling you who it is. And it's not that I don't like Sharice, it's the truth. So she said somebody leaked the information, and then it's not nobody at the table. And Ashley said, who could be somebody to have a connection with Chris to say that? And producers are crazy. So Wendy says she's gonna narrow down the suspect. So now they blaming Kay and saying Kiana's prime suspect number one. And she take calls from Cookie. So, but here's the thing though. Kiana gonna take calls from Cookie, because y'all gotta understand Cookie and Karen are friends. Kay is friends with Karen. That's the closest thing to find out what's going on with Karen. So Wendy, we gotta wave her out. I'm telling y'all who it is. So they don't like Stacey trying to implicate. That's what she said. Now people said number two, Angel. Yeah, that's true. Angel husband and Chris Samuels did play ball together. But I don't believe that, even though if Angel pillow talk with her husband, I don't think Angel is going to pillow talk. Husband is going to go and tell Chris what happened. I don't think he'll probably say, man, how is co-parenting going? Yeah, so I don't think that. But Wendy think that they know each other because she's married to Bobby Massey. Everybody know who Bobby Massey is. Shout out to Bobby. What's up, Bobby? But Angel told Bobby, and Bobby told Chris, and then Wendy say it's Giselle. And say Giselle love mess. First of all, I don't think it's Giselle. Wendy, come here, girl. I need you to put 2 and 2 together. Think about it. Sharice talks to everybody. Sharice is cool with everybody, except for Monique and a couple of ladies, right? You got to put 2 and 2 together. Why would Cookie want to act like she jumping on Stacy and call Stacy a liar? Now, if Sharice and Stacy had a conversation on the back end, and that's her girl, and they chitter-chatter, think about who been hanging out with him the most. I'm sorry, I have to put 2 and 2 together. If she stood in y'all face and picked up her phone and called Chris, that should tell you everything you need to know. Let's continue. And she said Giselle love mess, and she's close with Cookie. I don't think it's Cookie. Now, I don't think Cookie and Monique have a problem. And then she says Stacey. She lies in the past. I agree. She lied in the present, and she gonna probably lie in the future. I agree. I think that's what happened. I think Stacy was just having a conversation about what happened that day. And I'm telling you, y'all come back once this reunion play out, and Sharice gonna be like, yeah, Stacy called me. Yeah, you right. I did call. You effing right. I still don't F with you. I'm sorry, y'all. But let's be for real. Stacy probably called Sharice because she's a vet on the show. She say whoever it is you can't hide. I mean, producers, when they came back Kay, they thought it was her. I don't think it's her. And she's saying, Stacy, she want to have a relationship before they get to know each other, and everything. It's just something going on. So, she say Monique says she's not a person that leech on other people, but I won't have a problem with having a relationship with you and getting to know you. I'm gonna tell you something, Stacy. If you lied, she gonna get in your ass. All right, we're gonna move forward. So, Married to Medicine has debuted last night. They came back. Baby, when we come back in, we go to Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, honey. You know, they like to meet up, talk about their patients and what's going on in the world. So, you know, Quad talk about her and Simone talked to Jackie about Quad and said that when she left New York, you know, she was disappointed, excuse me, in her behavior that she had with Quad. Because remember at the reunion 3 months ago, she had they filmed this 3 months. We saw the reunion about almost a year, but they filmed it. So when they filmed their reunion, you know how that go. So she was just like, yeah, you know, like she was about to get up because Quad say, shut that up. So Dr. Simone, you shut the F up. And Quad was like, man, they got to haul at each other's face. She say, I don't get that. So they had to separate them. Okay. So, you know, they were going at it back and forth and whatever. And stuff, and you know, Diane was saying, "Oh my God!" So as they sit there quiet, perfect, and Dr. Simone said she just felt so bad because you know, it bothered her a little bit. And then Dr. Jackie, I don't know who did Dr. Jackie hair. Dr. Jackie, we forget what you said. Okay, Auntie, you got a lot of apologizing to do. Now, Dr. Jackie has been coming through now. Okay, she been coming through. I don't know who did her hair in her confessional, but I liked it because you could tell she colored her hair in the hair. So it looks like she added some pieces to the hair to full it out. Because, you know, she do got hair, but just to bring that va boom, it look cute. It look cute. I got to give her that. It look cute. It's same as Simone. So Dr. Jackie said in her confession, she said, neither one don't want to forgive or forget. I agree. I totally agree. We're talking about Quad and Simone. We talking about Chattanooga, and I believe is she from Chattanooga? I think Dr. Simone is from Chattanooga. I forgot where some choir from in Tennessee. We talking about Tennessee vets. Like, for real. Come on now. So they don't want to forget the past, but they have both have been great and talked and became friends. And you know, Quad always used to be like, girl, you're doing too much. You're just doing too much, honey. And they have agreed and been friends. They have they've issues with each other and they fixed it, and then Quad and Simone come back with mess. So they showing clips of that. My thing is this, it's still some lingering when it comes to Quad and Simone. Um, and the anger, and Dr. Jackie is not lying, the anger has become concrete because it's like we have watched y'all go through this, and I think because the situation with Sweet Tea made it worse. And so, you know, like she said, you gotta leave it Jack Dr. Jackie said she was Jack Canada crack. And then Dr. Simone said you could come over here and play nice, or you can just probably shut up. That's exactly what she said. Or don't come to the playground if you can't play nice with her. You can't be cool with her. You can't have a conversation. You can't do that. She say, well, maybe you just shut up and not come to my playground. So Quad has Angel. I'm trying to see who all there. Angel, her man, and a couple other ladies. And she said that, you know, Simone has some issues with her and she pops up on a YouTube channel, which is Sweet Tea YouTube. I told y'all, I said it. I said, Dr. Simone, I don't know why you over there. We know you still got a problem because you got your tail over there and y'all bragging about that girl house that girl is living in with that man that left at the corner. And you know, goddamn well, he ain't taken to the basement because you was still looking like, he ain't changing the course since she left. He ain't Yes, yes, you know this. So then she said something about a mortgage and paid off the house. So, and she said the house is almost paid off. Sweet Tea was like, I'm almost done and paying off a quiet house, trying to be messy. And Simone stood there and was like, oh my God. And so Simone said, who's going to help pay off quiet house? Oh, that's shade. And that the house she live in now. So Angela was like, "What you talking about?" So King was like, "No, that's not red. It's not spray, but you know I'm gonna help you pay it. Like I'm gonna pay it." minute. Hold on. I gotta play y'all a little clip. Choir, who told you to come out here like that?
I'm gonna be done with, and it'll just be like I've never known you. If she
So Quad ain't doing black. This is doing black. We ain't doing blonde. Hold on, let me take this down. I like it. I'm used to the blonde, but I like that she switched it up. But the confessional, who told you to come
stuck in that space, and that's just her.
So you're sick of it?
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Guess what? We're sick of watching it.
Now he not lying. He not lying. We got to get to the bottom of it.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Please cut that part out, child.
He not lying. We listen, quiet. Y'all gotta fix it because I understand y'all bringing it. Simone and Quiet, y'all bringing it, but y'all gotta fix it at the same time because we see this every other season, and we kind of like, girl, come on now, y'all love each other. Stop. So Angel said she probably won't invite it to her birthday party either if that's the energy she gonna bring, right? She don't want her to bring it. And so Quiet said, you know what, go ahead and invite her to the party. So everybody out there with kids and stuff. Everybody told her happy birthday, Dr. Toya. Dr. Toya, Lord, Dr. Contessa, Dr. Mimi, and Toya. So Toya was like, let's turn up. Simone says, happy birthday to you, Quiet. Hope you have a fantastic day. And then Quiet says, Simone, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while. A good birthday gift for you is to help me pay my mortgage. Oh my God. Now that was a little shade. That was a little shade. And she put laughs out loud. And Clara said, how about you do that for me for my birthday? And they say that's why she didn't show up. Say, well, if you're not too busy and you up for it, you and Caesar stop by to the birthday party. And Angel said that's big and quiet. And Simone said, did you really think to sit there and ask me that and think I'm going to show up? 2 hours for her birthday party. So now Quad is sending out her invitations for her birthday party. Or was it Mimi? Oh no, it was Mimi. I'm sorry. So Mimi gave out invitations for the birthday. So Quad calls Mimi and says she might like it. So some people went to Home Depot and they did a whole do it yourself. And they did like a grass walk, invitation to a party. And she says her relationship with Mimi and her have changed drastically. They stay on the phone till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They have great conversations. Let me show y'all Mimi. Do I have a picture of Lovely? That's Angel. Y'all remember Angel from Basketball Wives? The one that called Duffy a hot pocket. Let me tell you something. Hold on. She belonged on here. Since her first season. They should have been gave her friendship role after her season was up with Basketball Wives. Angel, the way she read that girl and didn't get up to fight, she belonged on here. Okay, so this is Mimi. Her and Quad do look like, yeah, I see the friendship, child. I see the friendship. I see it, honey. So she say her and Mimi have conversations 4 to 5, all night, all morning, keekling, cackling on the phone, just being girls. And, it's Dr. Mimi and then it's Mimi. And she say, Mimi, come out right there. Baby, Mimi is coming out her shell. She said not all the ladies have seen that. She like a little martini, a little twerking, a good time. I like Mimi. I like it. And Mimi said that her and her husband used to host parties. They had a team. And then when they came to Atlanta, because they stayed in Atlanta, and they didn't get a chance to host parties and everything. I think her husband is a basketball player or football player. And, now that they're in Atlanta, they have getting to know everyone. They have a lot of opportunities to host, their parties and get to know people and do a stand extravaganza and invite the people over that they hang with. Mimi, I don't know where this came from, but I love this. You is beautiful, girl. I love it. I love it. I like this. I hope you got this hanging in the house. This better be your screensaver. This a picture. Now this is a picture, honey. See how everybody looking forward and posing a little? This right here was different. This was saying, baby, I'm here. Look at me. She's right here. This is it. Okay? This is it. Everybody was posing, doing cute, like, yeah. But this is diva-esque. I like it. I like it, girl. So, they were having, she said that she wanted her and Simone to have a conversation so they can have a good time. And she said conversation isn't needed. Quasi is not needed. And she said, no, she hasn't spoke to her. But she don't know what it is for her and Simone. Here's my thing. Somebody brought up Mariah. Mariah told Quad. And I really wish that Mariah was still around because we all know what Mariah was saying. But then Quad said, she apologized and be accountable. She said, what else can she do from this point? Because it's still straight butt kissing and she don't do butt kissing and it don't pay good for her. And she said, well, Mimi said, okay, well, you know what? And when we know what it is and y'all are still invited, we're going to keep on going to have a good time and keep on moving. And I agree with that. So then she hung up with Mimi in the car. So then we go over to Dr. Simone and Toya having a conversation. And Toya kind of like, what is the issue? Okay, let me show Toya. Toya, where you at, girl? I forgot Toya. Oh, girl, I was about to say, can't forget her. So, Toya and Simone are, wait, god darn it. Sorry, y'all. Toya and Simone are having a conversation. Toya really trying to see what the problem going on, right? And then she told Cecil was saying something. He was like, you don't get invited. He said, I don't get invited because, Cecil loved Quad. And she said, you don't get invited to Ish no more. 2 hours before the event. So Toya like, Quad is already mad about you talking to Sweet Tea and bringing her around the group. But now you're talking about her finances. Yeah, that's a problem. She's going to be mad about that. And I don't, Dr. Contessa also said that one thing that Quad doesn't like. Let me show you Contessa. This is Dr. Contessa. This is Quad. Quad don't like for you to talk about her finances. That she don't like. Okay, she is a Taurus. Quad is a Taurus. It's things that they don't like. The finances. Don't talk about their finances. Don't talk about what they eat. Don't talk about their home. That is an insult. Okay. Toya don't like it either. That you're not going to insult her about her money. So, she was saying that they should be better towards each other and they should try to be better. Hold on. I noticed something. Come on. Latoya. I see we gotta talk. Cause you quiet. I see you. So you got it look like Beyonce bottle over there. Did you get a custom made bottle we don't know about from the Queen? I seen that bottle. I don't know if that's you or Simone. Who got a custom made bottle? We have to check you. We will have to. You know. Cause Toya, I know you Beehive 101 too. You Quad Simone. I know for a fact. Who got the custom made bottle? So then they go into where Curtis Hands was about to happen. And Toya said, I think that Colonel, y'all remember she said, I think. That Curtis have his hands on a lot of different females on the show before. She say to be little individuals. The way he pulled Toya down, yeah, Toya ain't lying. Sorry, Uncle Curtis. And she said she didn't make the question. She said that Dr. Jackie was upset with her about that. She said she answered the question in a very honest way. And Jackie could have brought the scenario to her attention that it bothered her, that she felt like it was, to her attention that she didn't like it instead of bringing it to everybody else. And Cecil said she wanted everybody to know. And she said she wanted everybody to know in the group text. So Jackie sent her a clip from the Andy Cohen show. And she said, it says, Toya calling out Jackie not cool. She said, Jackie, I will never say it about your husband on a public platform. It's not my choice. It was the question that was asked. So, Jackie, when you go to the reunion, you have that right to ask Andy the question of why that was there. Now, if this was Bravo Con, everybody husbands are off limits. We know that, Jackie. You have been a veteran of the show for the past 13 years. Everybody husband is not off limits. They get a check too. I know you want him off limits. Toya husband wasn't off limits. Dr. Heavenly husband wasn't off limits. Quad man is not off limits. Mimi husband ain't gonna be off limits. We don't know who Angel dating. You never know whoever that'll be. Everybody husband, Dr. Simone husband wasn't off limits. Everybody husband ain't off limits. I understand you want everybody to respect your marriage. I get it. Cool. I'm down with that. But I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody husband, because they receive the check and they get the same check that you get from the same place every year, every month, every time it's stream, go on platforms, go on TV, it's not off limits. Okay? It's just what it is. And she say it's not cool. And she said her problem with Jackie began when she said that she sat in her husband's lap. That is true, because she said that she sat there. But then as we all saw, Uncle Curtis ain't got no power with you. Y'all know. Auntie Jackie, don't get mad at me. I got to be honest now. But Uncle Curtis pulled her down. We saw that. Listen, I don't know what the budget was this season, but everybody needs confessionals or eating. She said for some reason she wanted to put it on everybody else. Hold on, let me show y'all. I gotta show you about it this season. Let me play. It's about Dr. Heavenly's son. I'm not gonna touch on it much, but him being in some issues with officers. First of all, y'all know how I feel. As a black man, he should never did it, right? But if it was APD, it is. I've seen them slam folks and stuff, but they don't do that no more. Dr. Heavenly, the climate we in, I ain't mad at your son. well, well, that's just how I feel. There's no disrespect, because we see how some of these officers act. Now, there are some great officers out here that I applaud them. They're doing a great job. But some of them ones that do their job feel like they effing up the ones that want to be rebellious, F up what they do and make them look better. So they was talking about what's all over social media. It was something on social media about her son being arrested. And he might be allegedly related to Heavenly. That's what she said. But it's all on social media. We all know what it is. And she said that's why Dr. Heavenly is being nice. And she's surprised that she wasn't talking about Damon Jr. on her YouTube. Quad, I could answer that. It's probably an ongoing investigation, so she's not gonna say too much because we really don't know. It's some things probably going on. There's court proceedings that's gonna be happening. So she can't talk about it. She can't open her mouth. Her lawyer has told her, I'm gonna tell you, okay, because lawyers do this now. Her lawyer told her, please shut up and don't say nothing. So she got to shut up. Mm-hmm. But she said she talked about the friends that she don't like and the friends that she doesn't, and that's them. And And you know that it is true, and that's that. And then Simone saying how frustrated and heartbroken Anthony and Damon are about the situation with their son. But she basically said she's not gonna talk about it because she's saying they're raising black boys in America, and that is true. And Toya, you gotta understand you can't talk about it because you don't. I understand Toya want it out there, but let's be clear, Toya. Let's think logical. I want you to think about it. If it was your baby, you couldn't talk about it because your lawyer gonna tell you not to because it's something else that is not out there that they're gonna fight this case. They're gonna tell you to be quiet, friend. You can't go out there, yeah, and you can't do that. Listen, the best thing for you, I know tensions are high, but we have to be quiet because we gotta fight this. We're gonna fight this. So you can't. When I say they tell you, okay. So I don't know, Toya, you've been paying attention to Big Back, Brene and Akira, but just like Akira lawyer told her to be quiet and don't say nothing and let her talk, that's how that is. There you go. Yeah, you can't talk about it. And I agree with Dr. Simone when she said there's a target on black men in America, and it's true. And it's a target on black women in America as well. And I've told y'all before, if you are a successful black person, you are a target. They don't care that you are YN. They don't care that you like to pull your things out. You're doing their job. But if you're somebody who come out now, Beyonce, honey, Beyonce, give me a minute, okay? I'm on live, girl. Now, back to what I was saying. But you can't like it's a thing on YNs can pull it out, they're doing the job. But if you are successful and reach a tax bracket they don't want you to reach because they feel like it's for them in this country, yes, you are a target. If you're leading people to open their minds and to educate themselves, yes, you are a target. So yes, educated, not ignorant black men and women are a target now because you're educating the masses to let them know they can be better than what they think they are. So no, you're not calling nobody a dry bob. No, you're not sitting here saying, oh, well, this person, that person. No, you're not. You are. They don't give a damn about that. They don't care. But when you hit a tax bracket and you educate, they care. Okay, that's what's going on. So Toya, Simone saying a nice way of put it. And Steve say that her and Simone agreed to doing a better job on sisterhood. And like Caesar say, just because she brought up things to you, telling Toya she brought up things to you and all that stuff, you got to do a better job being who you are. And Toya has agreed and he's let her be that. So they go to the party and then, they ask about Heavenly. And then the Jackie tells Heavenly, they, Toya asked for Heavenly, and Dr. Jackie say for who? She said, "Oh, I thought you asked for Curtis." And then Jackie told Toya that they got a text to say Heavenly couldn't make it because Dr. Heavenly is running for Georgia. Yeah, she started. I think she's running for Senate or Congress of Georgia. So they run off primary election for that is May 19th. That's when we pick our senators of Congress. Heavenly, I want to tell you something. You got to talk. I'm going to tell you, talk about the issues that are important. Another thing, don't listen. The only person that's going to support you with cussing folks out is don't go listen. That Heavenly, that evil Heavenly, don't say, well, I can't say don't say your mama. Just know how to wind it up and pull it back. Okay? Wind it up and pull it back. Because at this point, they're gonna come at you. They're gonna try to come at you for some things. So I'm just letting you know, wind it up, pull it back. In order to get your votes, you're gonna have to talk about things and feel like you're with the people and you've been there. You have to let us know that. Because let me tell you something, I don't mind coming on my platform every day. If you show a side that we never seen, I wouldn't mind coming on here pushing them to vote for you. So Toya said politicking or what? And Jackie said she running for office. And Toya said, girl, God, ain't nobody vote her into the PTA committee. And Dr. Jackie told her she really said it wasn't her business. But I told y'all that Dr. Heavenly stood down because that's what she running for, and she didn't want it to affect her political gain. And I understand that. But y'all can go follow Dr. Heavenly for Georgia if you would like to see what she was running, what her points are. If you are in Atlanta, you can go follow. And they said that she can possibly run. And she said the only thing that's probably keeping her away is her son. And she hasn't missed her new function, and she don't want to talk about her son. So she said the only person that's come to Helen, so she told the girls that she running. And Dr. Mimi said she answered there and talked about it. She respect that, so she will. And Dr. Mimi was like, just stop. She say, I'm not sleeping through nothing, toe tipping or nothing. Just leave her alone. Figure it out, you know. So now they doing the left slide, child. And they, having a good time and being talking. They look nice and they and everything. And then Toya talks to Dr. Jackie and says, "Is he mad at me? Is Curtis mad at me?" And she said, and Dr. Jackie said, "You think so?" He said, "No." And Dr. Jackie say, and Mimi asked, "Well, why would she say that?" And say, Toya say he has touched several women in the group, full of them. And Dr. Jackie looking like, yeah. And she asked, would Eugene be mad if she made the same statement of her? She said, think about it. She called him Eugene. And she said she did like the comment. And she said that it painted Curtis in a light that's not really true. And, Curtis standing over there laughing, producer's messy. And so Toya saying, and then she was like, okay. She said, being that it's one person that she aware of, and it's several that people felt some type of way. And she said they all her rumors about each other's husband into giving light and perpetuate about making comments. And Toya said, well, why would I do that? And Dr. Jackie is still kind of upset about the woman, the mystery woman. And Toya did also comment on it. Remember in 2017 when she said, yeah, that Dr. Jackie and Curtis was sleeping in separate beds when he was cheating at the time. So it's about Toya running her lips. Toya running her lips. So Dr. Jackie said, just don't add the comments. And Toya said she said that she sorry that she said in his lap and stuff. She said she can't agree with it. And she said Jackie has lied to herself and saying that Toya sat in her husband's lap. Well, we seen Curtis pull her into his lap. And also, the fact is that Toya feel like Jackie owe her an apology for that. She said she can't agree with that. And she said that maybe that's her way of dealing with the fact that he put his hands on yet another woman. And Dr. Jackie said, what happened, happened, and it is what it is. And she's not calling her out. But, Dr. Jackie said she's not surprised that Toya wanted an apology. And she said her name is not Eugenia. Wow. Or Eugene. All right. So we go into it where Dr. Simone is talking to Dr. Contessa. Quiet come in. And Dr. Simone says she want to take a vote from every lady there. Show of hands, who would have came to a party, identification, 2 hours before that birthday party. And she's saying why she didn't show up to Quiet birthday party. And nobody said anything. They were looking confused, like, what do you mean? So Quiet said, here's the thing, she hasn't heard from her in a while. So by the time she heard anything from her, she said last time she heard something from her was the fact that she said she was gonna pay. How she gonna pay her mortgage? 'Cause she could, and she said that's really not your concern. So everybody just standing there looking, going back and forth. And Dr. Contessa said exactly what I said. Simone knows if you want to get the Miss Quad is to go ahead and talk about her finances. Because when Toya talked about her house, it got to her. When she talked about her finances, it got to her. Mariah talked about her finances, it got to her. Contessa didn't, but Toya talked about a lot of that. And she said, then they tried to make that insinuation that Quad slept with her carpenter. Quad saying, no, I did not. I paid too much money for this house. Toya asked her where was her checks and her finances. She went off on her. So I mean, she geared up, baby. She crossed that ledge. She was ready. Yeah, that is her favorite part of finance. She said, Dr. Simone said it's a joke. We drag each other. She said, fine, fine. So that's betrayal. She said, oh yeah. Quad said, yeah. So Simone said, one can drag, we all can be able to drag. So Kawhi was like, I'm not being dragged. He said, I don't mind dragging you. We can drag. Dr. Mimi, we not being a drag. We not gonna drag. This my party. We not gonna do all the dragging. So Dr. Mimi was like, this ain't the time or the place for y'all to be bringing this up here, not at my house, not at my party, not at my shindig. Y'all want to drag, y'all can drag outside. Dr. Mimi say, you ain't finna have that shit up in here. Dr. BB say, baby, you can go to the side, not in my damn. Dr. BB say, baby, I paid too much money for this. Hell no. Dr. BB say she'll shut that shit down. Oh my God. She is a key. She say y'all can do it in the parking lot, but you ain't finna do it here. This ain't the time and place. So Quad called her petty. She said we, and Dr. Simone said, we all been petty. We all been petty. So Dr. Jackie say, go on over there, stand over there. We not gonna have a conversation about it. So Dr. Jackie says it's gonna be going real bad. They want to stop it. So the guys, they getting along, they talking, they having them a good time. King hanging out with the men, having a talk. Everybody talking. Talking to Stephen. Cool. And he was like, it's petty. The guys agree, was like, yeah, they talk about this, it's petty. Like at some point, we gotta be cordial, they gotta be cordial, right? So Cecil was still like they moving in the right direction, and then here comes something to throw it out the way and go the wrong way on both sides. And King said he gonna take it up for Quad, and Cecil say he gonna take up for his wife, but at the same time, it's not gonna affect their relationship. And then Dr. Simone said it's hopeful and it's realistic. Like we're not gonna do that. So Toya asked for Simone, loud as she always do. And Toya was asking her and Quad, can they fix it? And that they both still angry. Quad still hurt. Simone still angry. And she said, Quad, I'm not angry. I don't know where that bitch is getting this from. Toya said, yeah, she's upset. They working for their check this season. I'm not mad. Listen, Married to Medicine know who coming that's gonna really work for their check. We have K Michelle and it's somebody else that's added to the lineup of Real Housewives. So we know that them checks are gonna be worked for this new season, right? Married to Medicine and Real Housewives have been gunning at each other for the #1 spot with the ratings. So they already know that they got to bring it. They already got into a little tea ravel last year with Real Housewives of Potomac. And then when the Real Housewives of Atlanta then was playfully arguing, playfully shade, it wasn't, they cool. They all know each other. So, but the playful shade was, because the cast hang with everybody, but the playful shade was, y'all budget ain't as big as our budget for trips, and y'all been on for 30. Real Housewives been on for 15. Do you see our budget? So, listen, the budget is given this season. I love it, but I'm glad everybody working for their check, because at one point, Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta were the only two shows that was based Black cast. And the way that both of these shows took over with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta at the time, how they all forced together and clashed. And when I say the ratings, the talked about coaching, everything, at one point they all was in the pot together. So we might be seeing that again this year. So Quad saying she's not angry at her. She had a angry outburst with her. Child, not quiet, not some Dr. Simone got the back out. Simone, the only thing I like, you don't give us no little titty snap. We know that. We know. Wait a minute. But you look good. But she said she was angry, and then they had an angry outburst. Dr. Simone's still upset. She said she stayed in bed for 2 days after that situation because she was upset. She was hurt. She don't want to fight with Quad. She don't want to fight because Quad was her best friend, and she need the time. Wait a minute, hold on. The time and the space right now. I want to give her. So I seen something on here that popped my mind. So Quad agreed to it, and Toya said how much time they need. So then we go into a preview. I'm gonna show the preview. Another thing I seen at the ending credits is Mariah still has her concept, the concept of the show. She still get credit for that, and she still get a check for that. That's why she let go of her lawsuit and stuff, because she still get credits and she's still one of the main behind the scenes. So that's why Mariah say we won't be seeing her. So shout out. Hold on, let me do my clap because I gotta give it to her. When they said she didn't create, yes, she did. She did. I understand. Shout out to Mariah. Mariah House. Okay, Mrs. Toxic and Nasty. Shout out to her. I have to give her that. All right, let's play this clip and then we're gonna get on that. I'm gonna do something else and we're gonna get on that. It look like that everybody working for their check, y'all, with both of these shows. So let's wait and see what happens, honey. I'm excited. We gonna see a lot of going back and forth. I'm ready. I'm ready for Real Housewives of Potomac is getting ready in. Real Housewives. Let me see how many episodes Potomac have, including on the reunion. And I can tell you when they coming because we finna get a trailer in probably 2 weeks. For Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so. October 5th. So we should have I think we have 2 more episodes. Cause she wasn't there that long. So I think she came in mid-season, Monique. Okay, so it's 11. Yeah, we got 2 more. Yes, we have 2 more. I think we're on episode 9. We have 2 more plus the reunion. Well, no, 3 more. That's including the reunions. So I say by mid-December, we should be seeing Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer and jumping into a new season. So we will be talking about that. Before I leave, I want to talk about the new laws in Texas real quick. If you stay, you watch the replay. We have some new laws in Texas that go into effect this year and in January. And I'm going to share my screen because I know a lot of people, some of my subscribers do live in Texas. So we're going to talk about it. All right. So dozens of new Texas law will affect in December and January, bringing wide-ranging changes to the state's education system. If you have a challenge in Texas schools, I want y'all to understand it. Notably, the legislation behind the Texas GOP mid-decade push to redraw the congressional map and get 5 more seats for President Donald Trump, is supposed to take effect on December 4th. Well, it's not going to take effect on December 4th because the NAACP has won that against that, so we're not having that congressional term situation happen. Took 2 special seasons this summer to pass. Let's get into what laws were passed. So laws that were taking effect is the House Bill 7 will let private citizens sue anyone who manufactures or distribute abortion drugs to or from Texas. Those who take the drugs cannot be sued. The plaintiff related to the fetus could get at least $100,000 following a successful case. If they are unrelated to the fetus, they can get 10% of the damages and they must give the remainder to charity. So you telling people can win the money for this and give the remainder to charity. So you basically suing for nothing. I just want to let you know. They must give the remainder to charity. Backers of the law say it protects unborn babies and close loopholes, while it critiques and said the measures turn individuals into bounty hunters and try to broaden the state's abortion ban beyond its border. So it'll take effect on the December 4th. House Bill 8 will replace the state of Texas assessments of academic readiness with 3 shorter tests throughout the school year, meaning you know what that means. The law will swap out the standardized tests that critiques have long said put too much pressure on students and require too much classrooms preparation time. The vast majority of the provisions will be active on December 4th, and students will start taking a new assessment in the next school year. House Bill 18 create more penalties for lawmakers who break quorum to delay legislation's actions. Okay, so if that's the case, and y'all trying to target the House of Democrats, Republicans, you made this law. So when they take y'all for what y'all do and they sit here and pin it on y'all, don't get mad. Okay, so you just shot yourself in the foot. New limits on the funds and the raising the break as well as loss of seniority and committee posts. The law was passed during the second special session, and most of the Texas House Democrats fled the state in response to the Republican congressional redistricting effort, which is not going to happen. House Bill 25 will allow people to buy ivermectin. So this is something that they give animals for livestock. So you're telling people that they can buy a drug. You don't know how they're going to affect them and can give it to them to unalive them because they feel like they can produce babies in this state. Okay, the drug became popular during the pandemic COVID-19 treatment, even though its U.S. Food and Drug Administration has not approved it for such use. Its backers say the measures is about medical freedom, while its opponents are concerned about the misuse and drug safety. That the law will come in effect on December 4th. House Bill 26 will allow Harris County Sheriff and constables to enter into contracts with homeowner associations, school districts, and municipal utility districts to provide additional policing for them without needing approval from the county's commissioner court. Its backer says the measures protects the popular deputy contract program, while some local officials, including county commissioners, said it would disrupt the county's budget process. That's true. And the law will take effect on the 4th. You have the Senator 8 bill. The second special session will restrict which private spaces transgender people can use in public buildings, such as government offices. Anyone that can use the bathroom, so they have a fine of $25,000 in a violation, and then the second one is $125,000 penalty for each one. It says it protects women's privacy and safety. Okay, I got something to say about that. What about these men that like to look under the bathrooms at these kids? Y'all ain't got no law for these men that want to sit here and look under the bathroom and look under there when people use the bathroom. We not worrying about no train. We don't give a fuck. These men Men, not trans, men, we have seen it plenty of times, are looking under the bathroom stalls because they're not getting sexual activity. What about them? Okay. Senate Bill 11 will shield trafficking victims for prosecution for certain crimes committed under the traffic of force, fraud, or coercion. Lawmakers are passing similar legislation in the regular session, but Governor Abbott voted for it to be too broad. Oh, they're trying to get him out of it. So this is a good one. They won't be charging anybody that is being coerced into things. I approve that. Now, these will be taken into January. House Bill 9 will exempt to $125,000 of business inventory from being taxed by all entities such as counties, cities, and school districts. These type of inventory is currently not taxed if it's valued under $2,500. The law, which is backers calling a win for Georgia, Texas business, and will take efforts on January 1st as voters approved. You have Senator Bill 8 from the regular session with the require sheriffs and county operated jail to formally cooperate with the U.S. So the jails are going to be packed. I'm just letting you know, starting January, they're going to be packed with immigration. So it's going to be some crap. You have Senate Bill 38 will speed up the eviction process for squatters, while the law targets those who are legally occupying properties. Housing advocates are concerned that it reduces protections for tenants. For example, it would effectively ban the state's governor and Supreme Court from changing eviction proceedings during emergencies like COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. One of them they did not mention is Bibles are going to be, 10 Commandments are going to be in the schools. So they're going to be plastering when your kids go back to school in January, the 10 Commandments. So when I told y'all that they are using so the Senate bill that they was display the 10 Commandment in every classroom, right? And that's why they take away the standard test. It's saying it's currently blocked by the federal primary injunction following lawsuit. So they still were trying to, it got passed to where, yeah, people voted for it. But I told y'all, and I say it again, doing the 10 Commandments is not the best thing to put because the way this country is trying to go towards Christian nationalism. So be aware that it's not in your best interest. Listen, I grew up with the 10 Commandments. We all know half of these folks that passed it do not follow the 10 Commandments, but it's not in your best interest, okay? I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I might do my next one at 3 o'clock. Let me change my time. I think I put 2:30. I'm going to do 3:30. Give myself some time. I'm starting a new diet, y'all, so I have to, yeah, I'm on this diet for a month, 31 days. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I will be making a video of the Texas laws that have passed and what their plans were. I'm going to clip that out and put it as a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, things and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God.